welcome back to NHS Gamer, the show where we go over upcoming games, gaming reviews, and top 3 plays of the week. I am your host Hunter, and let's get right into it. Dying Light 2 Stay Human is an action role-playing survival horror video game featuring a zombie apocalyptic themed open world. Set 22 years after the original Dying Light, it stars a new protagonist named Aiden Caldwell, who is equipped with various parkour skills. Players can perform actions such as climbing ledges, sliding, leaping off from edges, and wall running to quickly navigate the city. It was confirmed that there are over 3,000 parkour animations to give a more fluid, free-running experience. Tools such as grappling hooks and paragliders can also be used to traverse in the city. The game is set in the city of Villador, a massive urban open world set in Europe that players can explore freely. The map, which is 4 times bigger than the original game, is broken into 7 distinct regions and has its own landmarks and locations. When exploring the city, players can scavenge different scraps and resources for crafting new items and weapons. In the game, players can meet different factions and settlements and have to make different decisions that would fundamentally change the state of the game's open world and how non-playable characters view Aiden. The consequences are far-reaching, with the player being able to bring prosperity to a faction while completely destroying another settlement. Making certain decisions will open up or seal off areas in the city, encouraging players to complete multiple playthroughs. Sons of the Forest looks to be reviving many of the gameplay elements that worked in the forest. Judging from the trailer and comments made by the developer, players will have to survive the wilderness and the constant threat of attack by crafting different items and finding shelter. Similar to its predecessors, the game is a first-person shooter with elements of action role-playing. The game can be played solo or with up to 3 other players in online or local split-screen multiplayer. The game is set directly after Tiny Tina's assault on Dragon Keep, and like that expansion, the campaign is set within the world of a fantasy-themed tabletop role-playing game. Tiny Tina will be its dungeon master and can change the game's world on the fly. In Tiny Tina's Wonderland, players can create their own playable characters. The game features 6 different character classes, and for the first time in the series, players can mix and match these skills for their characters. The playable avatars have stats which can be upgraded using hero points. Players have a large arsenal of weapons and firearms at their disposal, and for the first time in the series, players can wield melee weapons. The game features the same generated loot system from the Wonderland series, which is capable of generating numerous combinations of weapons on other gear. Players can also cast different magical spells such as summoning meteors or transforming enemies into sheep. The game features an overworld, which is used by the playable characters to traverse the various locations in the game. There are random combat encounters and quests that can only be completed in the overworld. Now, onto our game review. Today's game review will be all about Dragonball FighterZ, a 2.5D fighting game developed by Arc System Works and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. Based on the Dragonball franchise, it was released for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows in most regions in January 2018, and in Japan the following month, and was released worldwide for Nintendo Switch in September of 2018. Dragonball FighterZ involves the player picking a team of up to 3 playable characters and unique assets for each, then fighting an AI or human opponent with their own team of 3 characters. The game received positive reviews from critics, with many citing the game as one of the best fighting games released in the 8th generation of video game consoles. The game's fighting system, character roster, visuals, story mode, and music were all highly praised, while its online functionality was criticized. The game was also a commercial success, having sold over 8 million copies worldwide as of 2021. The graphics of this game are very appealing and brightly colored. It is a very beautiful game with slightly choppy animation that gives it the more authentic anime appeal. Graphics deserve a 4 out of 5 tomahawks. Gameplay-wise, button mashing is not much of an option. This game has many different combos and abilities only gained by pressing buttons in specific orders. If you try to button mash against a pro, you're sure to lose. Dragonball FighterZ is available on most platforms including PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. The game isn't hard to pick up either. It has a tutorial and a practice arena with a selection of difficulties for you to pick from and practice. Playability gets a 5 out of 5 tomahawks. Overall, this game is amazing and deserves 4.5 out of 5 tomahawks. Welcome to the top 3 fails of the week. For this episode, we decided to switch it up a bit and show you the other side of the gaming community. Now, on to our first clip of the day.
Here, take this! Oh. It scared me.
Well, it looks like that didn't work out in her favor, now did it? On to the next clip.
Oh, that bleed was fast! Ooh! Okay, we're dead. We're dead. We didn't dodge it. We didn't dodge it.
I guess the boss was just a little bit faster. On to the next clip.
What are you gonna do? Hit me?
That rock throw was just disrespectful. Great timing though. Wow, we are so glad you guys could stick around to the end. Stay tuned for next week's episode where we review Elden Ring.